Welcome to our video series on ASL numbers. The tapes divide ASL's many number systems into three broad categories. Each tape contains several number groups that fall under each of the major types. You will notice that parts of the series have no English voiceover translations accompanying the signing. This is done to help you focus on the visual nature of ASL. It will allow you to attend to the way the signs are made without being distracted by sound. There are several ways you can use these tapes to improve your understanding and skill with ASL numbers. You may wish to do informal study at home with others, or the tapes may also be used to supplement formal instruction in the classroom. Or you may just want to watch the tapes for your own enjoyment. Each tape is organized into three sections. First, a new number type will be introduced with explanation and demonstration of the way the numbers are formed. Throughout this section, you will see examples and excerpts taken from deaf models engaged in conversations using numbers. Each excerpt will contain some background information or the topic of conversation, so you may see how the numbers are used in a particular context. The next section of each tape will have three different activities to help you practice and refine what you have learned. More detailed instructions for the substitution drills, multiple choice items, and dialogue practice will appear later on in the tape. The third section will present samples of complete text by individual signers that demonstrate how numbers flow in natural discourse. You know, we all use numbers every day. They're so much a part of our lives that we usually don't think about how to say them. For English speakers, learning ASL numbers may be especially challenging. There are only two major classes of numbers in spoken English, while ASL has many systems and patterns to learn. This series should help you sort out the rules for ASL numbers and lay a foundation to further develop your language. Nevertheless, a videotape doesn't take the place of real interaction with speakers of the language. We hope this series will help you become aware and more comfortable with numbers and add to your appreciation of American Sign Language. In this tape, we will present a set of unique number systems. For each, the numbers are made differently from the regular form shown in the first tape of the series. First, we will look at the set called clock time. The number begins at the wrist. Contact is made either with the side of the index finger, except for 9 o'clock, when the index is added before the sign, or the side of the thumb, like this. Notice that the palm faces away from the signer in 1 through 5. The hand shakes slightly from side to side after the wrist contact when you are referring to specific on-the-hour time, like 3 o'clock. The shake movement is not used when minutes are involved. Compare these. 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock, 4:15, 9 o'clock, 9:45. If you're answering the question, "What time is it?" you do not need to touch the number at the wrist. The shaking movement will indicate that you're referring to clock time. Here are some excerpts from our signers. Did you notice that none of the signers signed the time with wrist contact? This is because the forms and the context were clear about time. The next set, age numbers, is similar in pattern to clock time, except that the sign begins at a different point of contact, the signer's chin. The shaking movement also appears with age numbers. Above the age of 9, the index finger, or the sign meaning age, precedes the number sign. When the signer is not specifically referring to an age, such as in her 40s or in his 70s, they will produce the sign from the chin with a sharp outward movement. The palm may also be on a slight diagonal. Notice the difference between 50 years old and in their 50s. Here are several more examples. The unique set for age we have shown you is most often used during face-to-face communication in informal or casual settings. It's important to note that when deaf people cite someone's age in a formal situation, such as on a stage, or when they want to be very polite, they tend to use separate signs for age, followed by the number of years. The next unique set is dollar amounts. Look at the movement of the hand, which is used from $1 to $10. $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, and $10. You may at first think these signs look like the ordinal set we showed in the first tape. Don't be confused. The difference is in the way the hand is held. In the ordinal numbers, the hand is parallel to the floor. For dollars, the hand is perpendicular to the floor. When cents are added, the hand still twists for the dollar amount, and the cents are signed as regular numbers. Sometimes in casual conversation, the cents numbers are signed toward the signer. When you're talking about more than $10, you must add the sign for dollar after a regular number. There is no twisting motion. People's height forms another unique set of numbers in ASL. There are two parts to the number, for feet and inches. The palm always faces the signer, and the inches number is made in a separate location to the side of the feet number. If the height refers to someone tall, then the inches number is also made higher than the feet number. The degree to which a signer will make the second number higher is relative to their own perceptions about average or tall people. I'm, for example, 5'8". If someone were 5'10" or 11, I would move the inches number higher. See what our model does with height in this example. In ASL, sports scores form a unique system of numbers. There are some principles to remember. A score produced near the signer's body shows that the team is supported by the signer, or that it is the local team. The opposition score is signed further out in front of or to the side of the signer. In giving the results of a game, the winning score is always first. Note that the palm usually faces the signer for numbers between 1 and 9. In a neutral rendition, the scores are produced in front of the signer, each team's score produced either to the right or to the left. Again, the winner is always first, but the numbers may face the signer or take their usual form. In cases of a tie, the hands begin together and simultaneously move out to the sides with the same number. Here are signers talking about softball. ASL pronouns also form a unique number system. See how the sign for us, meaning you and I, is formed. This sign refers to the three of us, or the two of them. Usually we limit the grouping to 5. Notice the way the number 2 is made for pronouns. The palm faces upward for 2, 3, 4, and 5 when the signer is not included, and faces the side when referring to oneself. When numbers are incorporated into verbs, the palm faces the signer, as it normally does. Watch these examples. The next category is fractions and decimals. For fractions, the second number in the fraction has a downward movement: 1/2, 1/3, 7/8, 3/4, 2.5. Again, notice that the palm usually faces the signer, even for numbers like 7 and 8. For decimals, the palm always faces away from the signer, even in numbers like 2 and 3. The decimal is indicated by a brief point with the index finger. In rapid conversation, or when talking about competitive events, such as track meets, the index finger disappears, and the first number is held for the pointing action. In more formal settings, for clarity, or when the exact numbers are important, the distinct index point is necessary. Please watch the following excerpts. The last set, information numbers, is divided into 3 subsections. First, telephone numbers. The 7 digits usually group the first 3 and the last 4 numbers. In ASL, the phone number 552-2516 would be signed 552-2516. The basic rule to remember is that the first digit in the first group stands alone, and the next 6 numbers are treated as 3 two-digit numbers. The two-digit numbers follow the rules and patterns we demonstrated in the first tape of the series. Again, the first number stands alone, and the rest of the digits are paired. Here's an example from our signers. The second section deals with house numbers for an address. The pattern is similar to phone numbers. For 3-digit numbers, sign the first digit, then sign the next 2 as a 2-digit number. For 4-digit house numbers, sign the 2 two-digit numbers. Watch another excerpt from our signers. The last section, Social Security numbers, also follows this basic pattern. In ASL, you would sign the first number as a single digit and follow them with 4 two-digit numbers. This concludes this tape on unique number systems. Now, it is time for you to practice the different categories and types. For substitution drill practice, I will begin by signing a sentence containing a number. Watch the sentence carefully, and then pause the VCR and try to sign the complete sentence you saw. If you need to review, just rewind the tape and watch the sentence again. Try to remember the whole sentence. Then, sign it. Continue playing the tape, and you will see a number on the screen. Pause the VCR again and repeat the same sentence, but this time insert the new number. Continue playing the tape, and you will see me model the sentence with the substituted number. You may go back and repeat until your sentence correctly matches mine. Continue until all the sentences have been signed. There are examples provided for each number type covered in this tape. In this multiple choice section, you will see me sign 3 sentences in a set. In each set, only one of the sentences uses the right type of number for the sentence. 2 sentences are incorrect. Try to select the correct sentence. After you have made your choice, you will see the correct response on the screen. Repeat this process until you've completed the entire multiple choice section. In this section, you will have the opportunity to create your own responses to questions. I will ask you a number of questions. After each, pause the VCR and try to sign an appropriate answer. After your answer, continue playing the tape, and you will see someone sign their own answer to the question. You may pause the tape and copy their answer. If you have difficulty coming up with your own response, then imitate the answer provided.